All right, and then last for number 16, we were just saying a moment ago that if there's any way to simplify this algebraically before you take the derivative, you definitely want to do that. So rather than having to say denominator times derivative of numerator minus numerator times derivative of denominator all over denominator squared, instead, I'm going to simplify this first because I have a common denominator. I can break up these two numerators over that common denominator. Now, square root of x, we can rewrite as x to the 1/2. So remember, when you have a radical, your exponent is your numerator and your index is your denominator when you rewrite it as a fraction. So that would be my numerator was 1 and it was a square root, so my index was 2. So I'm going to rewrite my square root of x as x to the 1/2. Now, when your bases are the same, you can, and you're dividing, you subtract your exponents. So I'm going to say 2 minus 1/2 would be 1.5 or 3/2, and 1 minus 1/2 would be 1/2. So I haven't done a derivative yet. All I've done is simplify this function down into something that now I can just use power rule and it's so much easier. All right, so for power rule, I'm going to take 3/2 times 5, so that's going to be 15/2 x, and then I'm going to subtract 1 from the 3/2, so 3/2 minus 1 would give me 1/2. And then same thing here, 1/2 times 6 is 3x to the, if I subtract 1 from this, 1/2 minus 1 is negative 1/2. So you could leave your answer in this way, that'd be perfectly fine. Or if you'd rather write it with radicals, that's fine as well. They asked me then to find the derivative at 1, so I'm just going to plug 1 in for x. So that would be 15/2, and then 1 to the 1/2, again, just means the square root of 1, plus 3x to the negative 1/2. So x to the negative 1/2, to get rid of that negative, we're going to move it down in the denominator. So x to the 1/2 in the denominator would be the same thing as the square root of x. And again, we're putting 1 in for x. So that gives us 15/2 plus 3, and that would give us 21/2.